Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. In case you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe for updates. Rods versus the cones. So first let's look at rods. So how many numbers of rods are present? So in terms of the number, it is 120 million. So this is strictly about rods. There is 120 million in number. And next is, what is the outer segment? The OS, that is outer segment, it includes the discs. Next is pigment. Pigment will be rhodopsin. Rods are for R, so it is rhodopsin. So rhodopsin is the achromatic vision. It's concerned with the achromatic vision. So what is the wavelength of the rods? Wavelength is going to be 505 nanometers. So how is the dark adaptation? So when you look at the dark adaptation, it will be slow. In terms of rods, the dark adaptation is slow, and this is the functional for the scotopic vision. Next is the neurons and the nerve fibers. The neurons and the nerve fibers, this is relatively smaller. It is relatively small. So this was about the rods. Now let's look at the cones. So in terms of cones, the number is going to be 6 million. In terms of rods, it was 120 million, more a number, and cones it is 6 million. Now how is the outer segment? The outer segment here is going to be the sacules. Whereas in terms of rods, it was discs. Now how is the pigment? The pigment in cone is C for C, that is, there is color pigments. And what is it concerned with? It is concerned with the chromatic vision. Next we move on to the wavelength. So wavelength is, in terms of rods, it was 505, but cones there are 3 wavelengths, that is 445, 435 and the 570. The 445 is associated with the blue color, the 535 is associated with green, 570 is associated with the red. Now, the question arises on the dark adaptation. So dark adaptation is fast. So let's look at dark adaptation. This is going to be fast, whereas in terms of rods, it was slow. So fast means it is suitable only for the photopic vision. So it is suitable for the photopic vision. Now, how is the neurons and the nerve fibers? So how is the neurons as well as the nerve fibers? The neurons and nerve fibers is going to be large. This is in terms of the cones. To learn and grow daily like this, please do subscribe.